welcome to Stamps by Me studio. How are we all? Sorry for the delay, we're having a few technical issues as normal for us, but we'll get it sorted. The main point is that we're here to show you brand new stuff, brand new products. So my name's Toni, I am a guest presenter on Create and Craft TV, and I wanted to first of all thank you all for tuning in to our Create and Craft shows and for purchasing any goodies from our beautiful Inside and Out collection. It was amazing. Thank you so very much. I know that probably everybody's bought them because they're literally throughout the door. I'm still bouncing around, hopping around on cloud nine, not sure what exactly went on, but I was pleased regardless. So thank you for joining me. It's now just after 4 o'clock, so I'm here for the hour until 5, and I'm here to showcase some brand new products for you, and I'm also here to do a couple of tutorials as well. Now, I had a lot of comments and people asking me to showcase how to colour hair and things like that. So Beautiful Inside and Out had a beautiful head with some hair on, so we're going to show you some different ways to get light and shade in the hair so it doesn't look like a flat image. Before I do that though, as you can see, we have some brand new products to show you. So we've got brand new products to show you today and brand new products to show you tomorrow, and that's the reason why I've split them. I didn't want my hour to be just something that I wanted to sell. I also wanted it to be educational, as always, from Stamps by Me. So I'm going to show you what's coming on Create and Craft on Thursday, and then tomorrow I will show you what's coming on Create and Craft on Friday. So for today we have some brand new craft storage stroke bags. Now you're probably thinking, oh, there are so many craft bags on the market, Toni, why do we need your craft bag? Well, I've purchased so many craft bags in the past, and do you know what, not one single bag has ever fulfilled what I've needed in a craft bag. So when I say that, you know, from a crafty point of view. The bags used to collapse, they weren't sturdy enough, they'd flop in the middle, they wouldn't hold something large enough that I would need. I had nowhere to put my projects. If I'd been to a class, I wanted somewhere safe to keep my projects. So I created something that I felt every other craft bag was lacking. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what I've created, and fingers crossed you all like it, particularly if you are an avid Eureka fan and you have the Eurekas. This is going to be perfect. So I'm just going to show you the two colour waves. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break one down and show you exactly how it was put together, why it was put together, and the possibilities you could do with the bag. Okay, so first of all we have this one here. So this one is our yellow and blue one. So it's the camera actually is making it look quite small, but it's not small at all. So I'm just going to give it a spin first of all to show you. So, and then I'm going to talk about it. So this is the blue and yellow one. So just push this one to one side. And this is the pink and purple. So you can see. Beautiful fabrics, beautiful clean looking, you know, stand out from a crowd, then you certainly will do this with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you mine packed, and then I'm going to take one out of the box and show you how to put it together should you purchase the bag, or should you think, well, would I use it, would I not use it? And like I always say to everybody, if you have a craft bag at home that works for you, you don't have to buy another. If you find something you love and you use it all the time, then please stick with it, because, you know, so mine's quite heavy, it's got a lot going on, so as we can see here. So as you can see, I have the blue and yellow one. I might invest in the pink one as well, it depends, but this has everything in it I need to go to TV. Okay, I'll just take this out of the top for a second. So across the front here you have your pockets, various pockets. You have your pockets on the side. So as you can see, I've got all my paintbrushes, my watercolour pencils, my Copic markers, the things I would use all the time. And then going on to the other side, again, more pocket space. So I've got all my brushes, spritzing bottles, glues, things that I would use. In the centre I have all my tools, and to the left and right I have ink pads and things that I would generally need to put my hands on quite quick and fast. So this is the one that's packed. This is mine. So I am not going to unpack it because trust me, it's packed with some amazing stuff and it will take me ages to unpack it and then load it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack a brand new one, show you the workings of it inside, and then I'm going to pack it with some goodies so you can all see what it's about. So just move that one out of the way, that big heavy one. So when you get yours home, it comes within a box. It's a protective box. It's going to ensure that your bag comes with no marks, no scratches, okay? So, grab the bag out of the box. It comes in a plastic covering as well, just to give it extra coverage. So as you can see, I've already split it. So, the width of this is 14 inch. So we know that your Eureka is just under 13 inch. So I know you'll be able to take your tools with you wherever you go. So in the centre you have two handles. Now when you come to put your Eureka in, your Eureka sits below the handle, so you still have the facility to get your hand inside. Okay, so your Eureka will sit here and your hands will still be able to get through the hoops. I've given that some great thought. Even if you've got the biggest of hands or your husband, partner, son carries it, it will still fit in perfectly. So that's the handle side of it in the centre. Also, which is amazing, which you cannot get on most craft bags, is this handle. Okay, so when you get it home, it's a padded handle. It has the matching fabric across the shoulder, so you can see there, so you'll never get a burnt shoulder. So if you're carrying it from your car to your group, you know, it won't hurt your shoulder. It's attached by these durable clips. I'll just unclip this for you. In fact, if I can get it off, because they're that strong. Like so, and it's got the extender here, so you can extend it. So if you've got short legs, which some of you have, or long legs like me, you can extend it to your height so you can make it comfy to sit on your side. So that's amazing. If you don't use the strap, obviously keep it safe. So the next thing I wanted to show you was, can you see here, traditionally when we see craft bags, the pockets are all the way around, okay? Now, if you've got pockets along here and it's banging against your side, it's going to hurt your side for one, and secondly, whatever is in your pockets is going to get crushed. So I made this flat. So this is the side that would sit along your hip and help you when you are walking. It will brush, you won't get a dig, scissors, glue stuck in your side. It's there to help you when you're carrying your bag. So inside, I'm not sure if you can see that, it has these pockets, 1, 2, 3. What happens is these pockets come out like so. There we go. Can you see the pockets here? 1, 2 and 3. These come out. So if you want to use this bag as a solid entity on its own to put your A4 boxes in with your artwork in and things like that, you can do that. But these were created and put in as an entity so you could get your inks inside. So all you do is you fit them to the Velcro on each side, and then your inks fit seamlessly within each pocket. Can you see there? So inks, that's if you want to. This is the area I created for your large and small Eureka if you want to, but it also houses an A4 plastic box. So if you go to a craft group and you're wanting to protect the cards you've made, the artwork you've made, you can pop it inside your A4 box and that fits beautifully within there. This side is open also, but you also get the pens holders or scissors And then you get a larger one and a smaller one for glue, for whatever you want. You know, I'm saying glue and scissors and things. You can use this as a sewing bag. You could get your needles in the centre, you could get your cloth, your fabric in the other side. Then you could pop all your tools into the little compartments. So on the front, you get your pockets as well, where this is being made to the depth it has to hold your paintbrushes, your Copic pens, pencils and things like that. They're not short, so everything falls out. You should have enough to see at the top what's popping out of the top. Have a Velcro pocket here, where in this one I keep all my embossing bits and bobs, so I've got it all together. So that's a general walk around this pink and purple one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some products inside so you can see whereabouts I as a crafter would put mine, and if it's something that would work for you at home. So I'm already being told the website's quite busy, which is amazing, thank you, and I am going to give you the product code, so if you want to go on and have a nosy, see what's on there. So for the blue and yellow bag, the code is 010518 alpha. So you just go to the search engine, pop that code in there, and it'll automatically bring up the coloured bag that you like. So that's 010518 alpha. If you like the pink and purple, it's 010518 bravo. So go and have a look, see what you think. So that's it. So what I've done ahead of time is I've just grabbed a bag of goodies, all sorts of various bits and pieces, and I'm going to show you how I pack most of this into here. So I have, just going to get it all out. So I've got some stamps and dies, some cardstock, Create and Craft magazine. I'm just going to get it all out of the bag first, and then I'll show you how I pack it all. And tip it all out. So if you're a bit of a chaotic person, now's the time to get organised in a organised fashion. So before I start, I just want to show you my Eurekas. So I have my small and my large. So when you move the handles out of the way, they fit in. That's going to frustrate me, sorry if I do it backwards. I'm just going to do them all the right way. So we'll put our purple one in and we'll put our black one in behind. So you can see straight away, sorry, there, it fits straight into the centre there. There's no messing, it's not going to get caught. The handles are big enough so it sits above your Eureka. So you know that you can get an A4 box in there as well. So I have a craft magazine, some card. I'm going to pop this in this open side here, sorry for the headshot. I have some dies and some cardstock. I'm just going to pop this in here. So I have my one of my generation inks, so I know that that is going to fit right into the bottom of there, and I know I can stack all the collections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever inks you have. Here I have VersaFine, this fits in beautifully. I have my Memento, you know, another generation inks, all fit in. You can see there they're building up beautifully, and again you don't get any like bulging of the bag like so, which is what generally happens. And the pocket, there's no pockets on here, so you're not going to get dug in the side. So if you don't want to put inks in there, you can put your tapes inside. So on the side here I'm going to put my stamp cleaning cloth. I have a handful of coloured pens, and I'll show you what I mean when I say I pop them in the side, so you can see here. So can you see, you can see the colours, sorry, you can see the colours just above the pocket there, because you don't want them to get lost in the pocket, do you? But you don't want the pocket to be small enough that everything's going to start flopping out when it's hitting you on the hip. Like so. Then we've got some paint brushes, which can go in the other side. I have Perfect Together, but any glues will really go in, so we'll just pop a few of these in. And in mine, just 1 second, this is how I store my reinkers. This is a little A5 box. So it usually has an elastic band around. So what I do is in the side where the open space is, I put it all in there, then this gets popped into here like so. Just take some of that out actually. So that goes in there like so. So you can see it all coming together. So this is the things that I use on a daily basis that I would pack in my general craft bag. So I've got some sponge daubers, some more pens. I have my heat gun, which is a necessity for me as I love my heat embossing, which can go in that one. So you can see the scope and the things that you can get in there. So I'll just twist it around again so you can see. So the handle's up. That's better, thank you. So you can see here, so let's just pop some of these pens into the front panels. So as you all know, I carry a gel pen, a grey pen, a highlighter, a white pencil, a fine liner is a necessity, and I carry them all with me so I can see them all across the top here. So I just think it's an absolutely amazing bag. I am so proud of it, and you know, when I go to Create and Craft and I have this on my shoulder, everybody's already commented about it, so everybody's excited about the new Sidekick bag from Stamps by Me. So I hope you like it. 2 colour waves, blue and yellow and pink and purple. You get so much in it. It comes beautifully wrapped so it will not be marked, and you know, you will use it forever. It's sturdy, it doesn't collapse, and it's got a beautiful soft side panel and arm strap that will protect when you're carrying. So if you have a difficult shoulder, hips, you know, I've tried to think of absolutely everything. So this is a new Sidekick, and it's going to be on Create and Craft on Thursday, and I've got 2 shows, and my first show is at 8 o'clock, so be sure to tune in because there's going to be some amazing stuff on there. So that's the bag. Do you like it? We will see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to some demonstrations because I know that's why you all tune in. So on the last show we brought out beautiful inside and out, and I've had a lot of people ask me how to colour hair. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to get my small Eureka out, and I'm just going to show you a few different techniques to get some amazing results when trying to create some depth on hair. So I've got my Eureka. Let's just move this out of the way, make some space. Sorry, I'm just grabbing the ink pads that I've just stored into my bag because I need them. So before I go into the demonstrations, because TV is quite manic at times and the DT do an absolutely fabulous job with our stamps, I just wanted to take a few moments to show a couple of the samples the design team had made, some that got missed on television. So I'm not going to bore you with hundreds of samples, but I want to show you some of the samples that maybe got missed on Create and Craft, or some of them might give you some inspiration when you're crafting at home. So I'll just get the big box. So I'm just going to quickly go through them so you can all get an idea, and then if there's one you actually like, you can pause it and look at it and maybe do your interpretation of it and things like that. So this is the one from the word set that we launched a couple of weeks ago, and this is the amazing new that's in the die set collection. So that's pretty simple, but it's a knockout, isn't it? So we have the wreath with the large Endless Love through the centre. So that's just stamped, and then Endless Love die cut in black. We have the cake where the flowers have been die cut with the extra die cut in there. So the corner flourish and the large word in the centre. The wreath with some painting on there, so it's got a sparkle finish. So stamped out and coloured with pink and white pencils. bit of vellum across the centre. So this is the bride's head, and we're going to demonstrate how to get this effect on the hair, and then the amazing you, and then circles of light if you manage to get that one. So endless love in glitter cardstock, then black as well. Another beautiful wreath one. That's the actual one I demonstrated on TV with the acetate behind. So pencil colouring, just stamped and coloured in pencils. The cake. So I showed you on TV how to get the lovely grey effect to make it look 3D. Cake onto patterned paper. Cake and the corner flourish. So stamped onto grey cardstock just to be a little bit different. Bright colours on that one, absolutely stunning. Gold embossing. And then another one. So there are hundreds, but I just wanted to show you a few of the samples quickly before I went into what I was going to show you. So I'll just move that out of the way. So down to the fun part. So first of all, I did do a live studio talking you through different inks for different mediums. So because I'm going to do a couple of techniques on here, I'm going to show you which inks are required. So if you are wanting to use alcohol markers, which I'm going to demonstrate now, alcohol markers, you need to use, this is the ink pad I use, so it's the Memento Tuxedo Black, so you don't get the bleed. So always make sure it's dry first though before you start colouring, because if you don't make sure it's dry, you will automatically get a bleed. So give it a chance to dry and then go in with your alcohol markers. So put that and the alcohol markers to one side. So we're also going to do some pencil colouring. So I use these pencils, Prismacolor Premium. They are very smooth, they are creamy, they give a beautiful blend. These are my pencils that I use, these are what I recommend, but if you've got some at home and they work for you, stick with them, okay? You don't have to use what I'm using, but this is my preferred choice. So we're going to do some pencil blending, and for those I will be using my VersaFine black ink pad. And I'm also going to show you the same stamp but in a white ink pad and the hair coloured in white. So this is a white pencil from that tin, but if you've got a white pencil at home, then you know, use what you've got at home. It probably will work just exactly the same. So first of all, let's go with the technique on black card with a white ink pad. Had to think about that then. I'm just going to put my black cardstock in the front. Now then, did I bring my stamp? So just stand by while we grab a stamp. It's just on the side in there. In the tray, please, with the rest of beautiful inside and out. So it just shows you how chaotic it's been here today. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to stamp it out in the white ink pad, and then I'm going to add shading with a white pencil, and it gives a beautiful look. So if you've got a wedding that's maybe in black and white theme, it does look really, really lovely. But I am also going to show you as well in the pencils and the pens the different tones you can get with a golden undertone. So you can make it as bright as you want, or maybe played down as much as you want. So this is all in blue, and you can see here the blue the flowers have been coloured in the same colour blue on blue. It just looks absolutely amazing. And then this one is in black, but if you're not confident in colouring, the hair can be left on its own. Thank you. Like so. And I'm just seeing if I've got any others. No, I haven't. So those are the two that I wanted to show you, but it just shows you, you know, how different. Black ink, blue ink. Beautiful. So I'm just going to use I think what we'll do is, because it's a bit difficult to see on TV, I'll do it in the largest one so you can definitely see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pop the bride's head on to the black cardstock. I'll hold it in place with your magnet. And I'm just going to pick up this, and then I'm just going to cover it in a white ink pad. Now, you may have to stamp it a few times to get a really bright white, but because you've got the facility of the Eureka, you know, you can go at it as many times as you like, really. I can see people having so much fun with this stamp, you know, putting, stamping lots out and then colouring. Oh, it's just going to be amazing. You know, batch stamping, gift card, will you be my bridesmaid? So I've done that twice, as you can see. I'm happy with that, completely happy. So I'm just going to dry it off, because what will happen if I don't dry it off is when I come to colour with the white pencil, it will drag the ink, and the ink will, it'll all just bleed into one horrid mess. So always get into the habit of blasting your artwork. So if you are watching on YouTube, if you'd like to share, thumbs up, comment, that would be amazing. You know, I do all my studios based on what people want to see, what people are struggling with. I don't stand here and think for a second I am the best, but if in any fashion I can help you, guide you, make some correct choices, you know, so you can get a better result at home, that is exactly what I'm here for. Sometimes my decisions are not the best decisions and you can maybe do it better at home, but I am here to help. And I just want everybody to get the absolute most out of products that they've bought from us here at Stamps by Me. It's not all about the sale. I want you to be able to do so many different things and just enjoy it. You spend your money on crafty stuff to enjoy it. So let's enjoy it together. So that is it dry? Yeah, it's dry enough. So I have a white pencil now that, like I said, this is just out of the tin. But this just going to give you some light and shade in the hair instantly just with a white pencil, okay? So, as you can see from my drawing, the lines are going one way, some are going one way, some are going the other. Follow the lines with your pencil, okay? Don't go in an opposite direction to the pen line because it won't look right. So let's start with this little wave in the corner of hair where it's pinned back. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and add some detail. Now when I say feathering, it's a flicky motion, so it's like a quick flick so you don't have a harsh line. So just go in and flick it out. And we're not aiming, can I just show? We're not aiming for this look, absolutely solid. Can you see how solid that is? We're not aiming for that look. We're looking for gaps between the pencil lines, so it creates definition, accent. It's a suggestion, so people look at it and think that just looks absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to add some flicking to wherever there would be light and shade. So there would be shade underneath the flower because the flower would sit on the hair and create darkness instantly. So follow the lines, just do a flick. I hope you can see this. Yeah, it's coming across. And then from the root out. Now, it is a good idea to have a really sharp pencil because you get a better result with the feathering technique. So keep your pencil nice and sharp. So follow the lines. So you can see there from the top of the hair, it looks quite realistic, you know. So let's go in and do these folds in her hair. So again, I'm just going to follow the lines with the flicking motion to create the appearance of a hair being pinned in a weave. So, and then when you've done it, and if you're happy with it, you think, you know what, that looks pretty awesome, I'm pleased with that. If you want to, you can go in and add more detail even with the same pencil, so go over the same area and make it slightly thicker. So say for instance this bit of a hair here, so we want to make this just a little bit brighter, you would really go in and press a little bit harder, but you wouldn't go all the way to the end. So you can see already we've got definition there without even, you know, trying. All I've done is gone over the root bit a little bit harder, but I'm still using the feathering, but I haven't gone down as far as what I did on my first one. So let's do a little bit more here. Can we see that? So you can see there instantly you've got a little bit of light and shade. You know, it is a little bit of card. If you do it and it looks a mess, just get another piece of black card and try again, you know. So we'll just get a bit of darkness in here. So that's the like the head of the lady. So let's just do around the where her hair is pinned. So I know there would be a darker shadow under the flower, so we are gonna add that in. You see there that flower has I've created a shadow under the flower because that is how your hair would fall. And where your weave comes out in different places, you would get a darkness in there. So I'm looking at that and I think, yeah, that looks quite awesome. And this is so easy, but I'm still not happy, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm not happy is you see across here I've got like a line. So I've got the light and shade in there, but that just looks like a solid line and I need to get rid of it. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly flick it back out, get rid of the line. And then maybe bring this down a little bit. There we go. I'm absolutely happy with that one. So that is just a technique of how to colour hair white. Turn it around, sorry. White, and you know, that is just with a white pencil. If you matte and laid that onto a card, put it in a frame, you know, Mr. and Miss It, whatever, it's just beautiful. I am so pleased with it, and I know the messages I've had from you guys at home, you've absolutely loved it. So well done if you managed to get your hands on it. And that's the first technique, so that's one of 3. So next I'm going to show you how you can get light and shade with coloured pencils, and we're going to stamp it out in black this time. So I'll just pop that to one side. So next piece of cardstock, so this one is black ink on this one. So I'll just make sure my stamp's in the right place. So we'll stamp this one out in black ink this time. So if you're not watching this live, it doesn't matter. You can always catch us on YouTube. The videos stay there forever. You never miss out. So please don't worry about it, you know. And if you've still got any questions, we are still always available. So, you know, don't worry. So I'm just going to do it one more time to make it a bit more defined so you can just see on telly. Get rid of that little mark. So excuse that little mark, but caught a bit of cotton in there or a bit of dust or something, but anyway, it's fine. So again, I'm just going to blast it off with my gun. So I hope you like the new craft bags, something a little bit different. It's the first time we've ever done this type of thing, and there are some other items coming also. So let me know what you think. Let me know what craft bags you've got at home, you know, and if they work and why they work. You know, it's always good to know why they work, why they don't work, you know. And if you are a fan of our Facebook Eureka fan page, you know, if you are lacking inspiration or need some assistance with anything, the DT are in charge of that, and they are there 24/7. They are so helpful. They post all their makes, they post ideas. They're always there to answer any questions if I'm not around, and they've all got their craft bags, so I'm sure they will all be posting pictures soon of what theirs looks like. Fingers crossed they've all kept it tidy and it's not a chaotic mess, but yes, they've all got theirs and they are all over the moon and have said, you know, thank you so much, it is just amazing. So let's get some pencils then. So I'm trying to do different colours with all three techniques. So for this one, we're going to go for brown hair. So you had white hair, which could be perceived as grey hair if you wanted it to. Let's go for brown. So, as I said to you before, and I said this on TV, you need to create an undertone. So when you look at people's hair and the light shines on people's hair, you always get an undertone. It could be an undertone of red, it could be an undertone of ginger, it could be an undertone of blonde, but you need that undertone to create light and shade in hair. So I've just gone with, you could just grab a couple of pencils just to see. So I've just got a piece of scratch paper here, and all I do is I try the colours. So what colour would I like for my undertone? Well, that's quite a nice golden colour. Let's have a look at this one. That one's nice, but that one's quite down. So I think for my undertone we'll go for this golden colour here, and then for light and shade we'll go for the brown on top. Okay, so you can see there. So although be it not from the same colour family, you know, it still creates amazing looking hair. And what we will do while we're on it is we will colour some skin. So again, you need to create an undertone, because if you just colour it in one colour, it will look flat. So again, let's create a golden skin. So we will go for an undertone of this really pale porcelain colour, and then maybe go over it with our orangey colour from the hair to make it look like she's got skin. Everybody needs skin. So we'll go for the hair first, because I know a lot of you are really wanting to know how to get the best out of the hair. So I'll go for the golden pencil first. So with the golden pencil, you need to do the whole hair all over. So quickly go over the whole of the hair all over. So we are not being, sorry, my head is in there. So we're not being too careful, but the whole of the hair needs covering. And this is what's going to give us our instant lift. So, not being too careful because it's actually hidden, but it just gives the suggestion she's got an undertone in her hair. So when I'm doing colouring with pencils, for some reason, I have no idea why, I do circles, unless I'm doing the feathering technique. So I must have just done it as a child and it's just gone from there. So I always find some circles give you a smoother blend. So once I've got it all covered and I'm happy the hair's covered, we can then add some definition. Now, you know, if you've just got a couple of pencils and you just want to colour, that looks beautiful in itself. You do not have to be an artist. I'm not suggesting anybody should be an artist. But if you are wanting to learn and you're wanting to create just a little bit more art feel to your work, then the tips that I give you, you can use them. You don't have to use them, but you know, I honestly feel if you do have a go at doing something, you will actually surprise yourself, because it isn't that hard. Picking up that pencil or a brush, you know, you will actually surprise yourself, and then you'll probably message me and say I picked it up and it was amazing. So, but if it puts a smile on your face, that's all that matters to me. So I'm going to go in with the brown this time, and again, same as I did with the white, I'm going to add suggestion. So you saw with the white one, we just got the pen and added the detail in following the lines I did. Well, you're going to do exactly the same with this brown pencil. So let's start here. So you can do it a light flicking motion as we did with the white. So I'm just following all the lines. You see? So from the root down, following the lines. From underneath the flower out, because that is where there would be a natural shadow. I don't want to get my head in shot, sorry. So all the way around the flowers it would be darker because the shadow, the flowers. So that's what I'm going to put in first, and I'm just creating the feathering technique from the flowers out. But I'm doing this as I did with the white, I'm doing it super light. And then from the top down. So you'll have your light tone there. So already you can see the undertone of the orange coming through there. So let's do it on here as well. In the areas where a hair's clipped. So that's the first layer of feathering with the pencil. So what you need to do now is you need to go back in and press on a little harder, but don't go as far into the hair as you did when you did the first one. So when I go in this time, I'm going to go darker, but I'm not going to go down as far down as I did last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I press on a little bit harder, but I'm not going to go in as far as I did before. So you can see there, instant shadow. And then you've got the dark part, the lighter part with the pencil, and then the undertone. You see, so already, can you see the hair here already starting to look amazing? So we'll just do it from here as well. Like so, and then we'll just go down. You see? So if you get a harsh line, I can see again, I've done it again. I've got that harsh line there, so all I'm going to do is just press on a little bit lighter and just try and get it to take it out, the harsh line out a little bit. There we go, and then I'm just going to press on a little bit under here. There we have it. Do we like? So this is with a pencil. So if you are starting out and you're thinking, yep, that looks cool, I'm going to give that a go. That's amazing for a start. But if you are going to give it a go and it's your first attempt, don't outdo yourself. Start with pencils. It's the easiest way to start. Start with some coloured pencils, some inexpensive pencils. So pop down to your local store, grab a couple of grab a pack of pencils that have, say, I will probably go for about 24, not 12 because there's not enough, but 24, and go from there. If you love it, what will happen is you will naturally fall into the thing that I've fallen into, is where you want to do it in lots of mediums. So watercolour, alcohol markers, watercolour pencils, watercolour as solid form. Heat embossing, it's mind-boggling. But if you are just starting out and you're thinking, yep, that is something I want to try, that looks amazing, I think I can do that. Yep, try with your pencils first because they're a great way to start. And I wouldn't want you to go and try an alcohol marker, which I'm going to show you next, not be able to do it, and then it put you completely off for the rest of your colouring career. So try with pencils first, get some inexpensive pencils, try them and see how you get on. So that's the lady with brown hair, should we say. So we have 2 already, white hair and brown hair. So you can see the difference already just with 2 different techniques. So let's do the same thing again. Just clean the stamp. So the pencils that I'm using are, let's just see. So these are the Prisma colour pencils. Now I've had lots of pencils. Obviously I don't want to name any pencils, that's not very kind, but I found these the best. So I found these, and the best price I got these was on Amazon. So go and check them out. They are very, very creamy. They need sharpening very, very, very often, but they are the best to get blend, to get smoothness. You know, they do them in like a set of 24, 12 I believe. This is the one 132. Now do I need 132? I don't, but I'm obsessed with colouring, so I have to have everything in every colour, even though I know I'm not going to use it, just like you guys at home. So Prismacolor Premium, and it actually says smooth rich colour laydown, and that is so very true. So they're the ones that I'm using, if that's helped. So I'm just going to go on to the next demonstration then. So this time we're going to be doing some Copic colouring, and as I've just said, this is a little bit harder than pencils, but I think all my craft group have probably got the Prismacolor pencils, and they come to craft therapy and play all day long with them, and a lot of my design team. So this time, because I'm using alcohol markers, I'm using the Memento. Okay, so this is Copic Safe. So I'm just going to stamp this one out in this one. So if anybody needs a guide on what ink to use with what pens or what watercolour ink, what pad to use for watercolours and things like that, if you just PM me on Facebook direct, I will gladly message you back with what you need. So I'm using a different coloured ink pad this time. Sorry, not a different colour, different style. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to get some shading with alcohol markers. So if you are a confident colourist, this is amazing. So I'm just going to blast it off. I'm being told that we're quickly running out of time, so I'm just going to quickly go over this one. I'm sorry, I really didn't think it'd take that long, but I think I must have over-talked in the demonstrations, but you know, I am a lover of it. You're probably never going to shut me up when it comes to colouring. So quickly then, I'm just going to show you 2 pens. So as you can see, I've got my light undertone and my dark. So try on a piece of scratch, you'll see the light and then the dark. Okay, so this is going to be a completely different colour. So with Copic markers, they dry quite quickly, the alcohol evaporates, so it isn't a very good idea to cover it all with your first layer because you won't get the blend. I would probably pick areas and then go from there. So with the light one, I'm just going to go over this area here. I'm just going to work on an area at a time. I find that the best. And then with the dark one, I'm just going to add some shading from the flowers up. Sorry if you can see my head. And then the hair down. And it's again the same feathering technique, so you can see the shade in there straight away. So that's that area. So we'll move on to another area. Again, cover with the whole area with your pen. Swap out and put your dark in. You see that? Then another area. And then I would do that with the whole head, but with the same pen. Once this is evaporated, if you go over again with the same pen, you can still get that dark lift in there. So we are running out of time. I'm really sorry, everybody, but I'm sure if you've picked up something today, or an idea of what that was going to look like. So 1 stamp, 3 different concepts. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you like my craft bag. I'm going to stand there super proud tomorrow on Thursday on Create and Craft, because I can't wait for everybody to see. It's been in the making for such a long time, and I will see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.